QSR will go through some more changes. We've seen some of the bigger QSRs, for example. We know that the pizza market is going quite well, whereas the those outlets, the QSRs that are in CBD areas have suffered really, really badly. So the CBD has become a no-go zone almost. And so if you're a QSR in those city areas or in shopping centres, then they're the ones that are suffering. So then they've got to now reinvent themselves. And I noticed that there is a lot of advertising from those traditional shopping centre QSRs as opposed to the standalone QSR, so there's a bit of a difference there. Certainly the ones in airports would be really, really hurting the QSRs. And I know QSRs in airports are a massive business as well, and we supply a lot of those QSRs as well, so we're definitely feeling the pinch from not being able to supply our favourite QSRs that give you a quick snack if you're on a flight or you want to grab a quick meal at the airport, a brekkie or something like that. So yeah, it's really affecting us and shopping centres as well. The margin piece is interesting for a restaurant because it's predicated on ingredient cost and labour cost. Now, you would assume that if you're doing less trade, then your labour cost is lower, your ingredient cost is lower, but there's also talk of rent relief as well, and this is all part of the whole game. So when the Prime Minister said we go into hibernation, what he probably really meant was that we look at things and then we sort of scale them back a bit. So every variable, including rent, labour, ingredients, should scale back. If you think you were doing $10,000 a week and you're quite happy to do $5,000 a week, but your margin is pretty much unaffected, then it might work for you. But there will be some changes, and there was a food industry foresight seminar yesterday which said that the normal 10% attrition rate in restaurants will occur, but it might be accelerated under the COVID-19 situation. The interesting stat from restaurant is that the restaurants, more than half the restaurants are considered closed, whereas only 33% of the cafes are closed, and the labour impact as well was only about 30% on labour on cafes. But my comment to that was that the 30% reduction, I thought it would have been more, is reflecting of the fact that the owners themselves are actually taking more responsibilities on. And we as owners of a business are doing the same thing. I mean, this is the first time I've been in a jacket for like 2 months, So I mean, I've been on the warehouse, I've been wearing my high vis, and I've been out on the floor and sorting out the warehouse, and we've been working side to side with our staff, which is what we do during these times because we can't go and see customers, so we're going to work on internal systems. So that's what you do when you bed down, when you've got a bit of a crisis. You get down in the trenches and work with your staff.